This is how he acts when...
I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom.
Closed captioning provided by
Patricia Show, today at noon on LA 56.
You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Tony Tullock is suing fellow groomsman Ryan Lanier in the amount of $350. He claims he footed the bill for their friend's bachelor party, and the defendant didn't pay his fair share. Mr. Lanier says the plaintiff went overboard with the cost.
Mr. Tullock, you're suing Mr. Lanier for $350. Why?
A couple months ago, we flew into Miami for one of my boys' wedding, and naturally, I was the best man. You know, one of the responsibilities is to coordinate and put together the bachelor party. I want to do something tasteful and fun, and Matt, he's kind of low-key, and he didn't want to do nothing too crazy anyways, but I had to make sure there was going to be a...
Matt the groom?
Matt was the groom, yes.
Okay.
So I come up with the plan, and I email all the guys, and I let them know that, hey, look, we're going to have a, quiet night. We're going to rent a limo, and then we're going to go to dinner. Very nice restaurant. And everyone agreed that it was fair to, pitch in about $150.
How many guys?
It was a total of 5 guys, not including the groom.
Okay.
After the email, it's a great night. Everyone has a good time. The food is amazing. We're all bonding. So I'm like, look, Matt, I see the look you're giving me. He gave me the look, which everybody knows means it's time to turn up, right? So everybody else is like, hell yeah, let's ride. I'm like, let's go to the club. I got the hookup, and everybody is cool with it. The only person that had an objection is corny behind Ryan. Okay?
Ooh.
Matt said he wanted to go home.
No, actually, Matt looked at me and said it was cool.
In other words, the two of you are in dispute over what Matt wanted to do. Who cares now? Right? Is it really that relevant?
I assumed that everybody knew that wasn't the only thing we were going to do. Obviously, we're going to go out after.
Okay, so I'm listening to you. You assumed that everyone knew that you were going to board the limo.
That's correct, but this is the thing. When we were leaving, okay, Ryan was trying to convince everyone to go home because he was ready to go home. Everybody was down, and
I want to turn Mr. Lanier. Ms. Lanier, do you dispute the fact that you all had agreed to go out to dinner, rent the limo, and pay $150 each?
No, I don't dispute that, Your Honor.
So you agree with that part?
Yes, I agree with that.
You're not fighting over that?
Huh?
You're fighting over what happened after dinner. Okay, so start after dinner.
Okay, so after dinner, he calls. He's like, Tony being Tony, he's like, let's turn up, let's, party. I'm about that life. I got VIP, I got bottle service, and,
Showing off.
Yeah, showing off. He's always been a show-off. He likes to act Hollywood. That's one of the reasons why we never really got along in the first place.
Oh, you think he likes to be Hollywoodish?
Yeah, he likes to be Hollywood, yeah, so...
And he's corny. Corny is your name. Hollywoodish is your name.
Coming up.
This is how he acts when...
I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom.
Closed captioning provided by... You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Tony Tullock, who is suing Ryan Lanier for reimbursement of funds.
Mr. Tullock suggests you go out to the party where he has the hookup.
All right.
And what was your position?
I feel like Tony was a big influence on Matt to turn up.
Party. That's my guy. I'm the best
And they
man.
agreed to it, and so
They agreed.
he got everyone to agree to it.
Okay, be quiet,
Sorry.
Mr. Tullock.
Yeah, let me finish.
sorry,
Everyone agreed to it, and the only reason why I came was...
Did you agree or you just went along with it?
I just went along with it because I paid for the limo originally, and
Did
I
you
wanted...
express any disagreement over going to the club?
Yeah, I tried to talk to Matt. I was like, I tried to talk to him too. And
No, you said Tony was able to convince everyone to go.
yeah.
All right.
Including
so
Ryan.
all others agreed to go.
All others agreed
You
to
went reluctantly
Yes.
because you didn't have a ride home. So what happened when you got to the club?
So when we got to the club, he bought like half the bar out. You know what I mean? So and then
He had the bottle service.
he had the bottle service, VIP, table.
What did the bill come to?
The bill came out to $2,300.
$2,300?
Over here, Your Honor.
How many hours were you all there?
We stayed till we left like at 4 o'clock in the
Everybody
morning.
was having a good time, including Ryan, who was drinking himself also.
It was just the total.
Hush. $2,300 for drinks
All
only?
because of Tony.
It was a group situation, was it
It was a
not?
group situation.
Okay.
Everybody is at this club, so
I wasn't
we're
there.
like superstars. But you were working, Your Honor. It's okay. We understand that. While we were turning up, though, this guy had no complaints, zero. Okay, and we were all having a great time. This this is when it gets interesting. I let everybody know that I was putting it on my tab, and everyone agreed that they were going to pay me the next day. Not a big deal. So the next day after the wedding, everyone pays me out except for Cornball Ryan. He's the only one that has a problem. So when I confront him, what does he do? He starts pointing the finger at me, talking about how I'm the show off, the turn up king, this and that. When he, in reality, was having just as much fun.
I've heard enough. You went reluctantly because you had paid for the limo ride, you said, and you needed to, that was your way back home, the limo ride.
Yes, and
But
to watch.
whether you went reluctant or whether you went willingly, bottom line is you went. You could have said to the limo driver or said to the guy, shut your mouth. I hate to say that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And I apologize for saying shut your mouth, but I need you to be quiet. I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom, so now you got to bring it down.
Okay, I apologize.
Instead of turning it up, tone it down.
Promotional consideration provided by. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
You're a grown man. You could have gotten back to the hotel if you didn't want to be a part of that night. Because had you all gotten into some mess, even though you didn't really want to go, do you know you would have been just as liable? So you must learn not to follow the crowd, no matter who the crowd is, when your spirit is saying, I don't want to do this. It's a hard choice to make, but you got to learn to do it. And this was a simple one that didn't cause you any problems, but that's why there are a lot of people in jail as conspirators and co-conspirators and aiders and abettors and stuff like that, because one person in that crowd said, I didn't really want to be with them, but they convinced me to go, so when they went rob that liquor store, and you're part of it. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So if you didn't really want to go, you shouldn't have gone. But you went, though reluctantly. You're still a part of the crowd. Nobody's counting how many drinks each of you drink. It wasn't that kind of party. You drink one, you order your own, you order this. You're a group. It's a group. It's a group thing. It's a group fun. It's a group bill. You have to pay your share, $350. That's the order of the court.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $350.
I just want to say, man, sorry that I had to come to this, bro, and maybe you'll learn your lesson now and pay people back when you're older.
Deep down, it's just always all about you.